Good afternoon. This is James Perry at Perry Capital in Miami, coming to you on Friday afternoon, March 21st, after another fascinating week in the markets. It's really been extraordinary. The volatility and the news flow is just amazing. They say that uncertainty is the enemy of decision making. I believe that's true, at least partially. That uncertainty is coming from disruption. That disruption is coming from Washington. Washington is going through the throes of government spending cuts and the transparency of fraudulent spending. Nobody likes it. They don't want to hear about it, and it scares them. Our trading partners and allies, they don't want to hear about the cost of their imports into this country going higher because they're dependent on this country. And I can see why they're mad. I would be too. I think, though, that you have to really look at the market facts and recognize that the economy is doing pretty well. And the market shows that. The dollar's at 104. It's only 4% lower than the all-time highs and much higher than it was a year, 2 and 3 ago. Interest rates are at 4.25%. That's very, very supportive. Mortgage rates are going down. And liquidity in the financial system, really, truthfully, by most measures, has never been higher. It's even higher than when we were in the pandemic, if you include global central banks. So we've never had a recession with those kinds of fundamental issues going on. Perry Capital is not forecasting a recession. If the economy is going to grow, which I think it will, at about 2% next year, and it's only going to inflate at about 3%, and wages are still growing, and the labor market's still growing, and private wealth in this country is stabilized at about $170 trillion bucks, I don't think there's going to be a big liquidation of the stock markets or bond markets from this country. So stay with it. Recognize there may be some lower lows. Volatility is going to be elevated compared to years past, and returns might be a little bit lower than we've seen in this huge stimulus era. So we're confident that the markets are going to do fine, except very volatile. Sit back. Don't listen to all the news, and recognize that the economy is going to do well and the stock market will be substantially higher in a few years' time after we get through all of this stuff. Good luck, have a great weekend, and I'll talk to you next week. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.